Mobile County Commission is now called to order. I think we do have some speakers.
We do. We have a member of the public signed up to speak. Barbara Cadell would like to address the commissioners regarding Verizon facilities. And then we have a presentation from Public Affairs and introduction of the intern and his project.
Excellent. Okay.
Barbara
Ms.
Cadell?
Cadell?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
do. Good morning.
Good morning. This is a purely personal question, and the young people at the desk encouraged me to go ahead and sign up. So I apologize in advance for asking probably a very uninformed question, but on the Engineering and Public Works agenda, wait a minute. Yes, on the Engineering and Public Works agenda, there's a license agreement with Verizon Wireless for construction, maintenance, and operation of small wireless facilities in Mobile County rights of way. How would a member of the public find out where those might be located?
What agenda item number is that?
Number 3.
Okay.
So I don't take up your time with.
Right. Well, actually, our engineers would be able to inform anyone who has those kinds of questions. Brian, can
Yes,
you answer it for
we
Mr.
have
Cadell?
that information in our office, and if you'd like to come up to the 6th floor, we've got an engineer that could take some time to show you.
I would love that. Thank you very much.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I also remark that you've got 2 agendas at this meeting, and online there was only 1.
Did we have an updated draft at this meeting? Is that, or are you talking about the administrative and engineering, the 2 different? They may be combined online.
I'm looking at both online right
Yeah,
now.
I think they're combined. We combine them for our Monday meetings. Usually they're separate for the conference. Okay. Next.
So I would like to introduce, well, first let me kind of talk a little bit. So back in October, Commissioner Dewitt asked us if Public Affairs could create a web page that had the history of the Mobile County Commission, a list of commissioners, and notable facts about them. And so that was a very interesting request. We were happy to get it. We did as much work in-house as we possibly could, and I would like to thank Carrie Pereira, Sandra Trimble for their hard work, because pulling records, they got us back to 1907. So with the work Public Affairs did, with the work Records did, we got back to 1907. And so then what? So we secured a history intern from the University of Mobile. So Stephen, come on out. And Stephen went through the older minutes books by hand, manually. And y'all, the language and the flowery handwriting, like Declaration of Independence, was quite an ordeal. So he spent about 110 hours with us between the minutes room, online research, and doing comparisons to flesh out the information that we were finding. Then we did additional editing. We compared to a mayor's list that we were able to find. And we are attempting to confirm a few more namings that we haven't done yet. But I wanted to show you guys a preview and then let him talk a little bit about what he did in the minutes room. But so here's what the page will look like. And thank you to Anusha in the IT department for her work on this as well. The imagery is dynamic. So whatever screen you're looking at the website on, the pictures will move to accommodate that, and so will the text. And so it printed a different look than what this is. So it is a preview, and we are in the process of doing a final edit of this page, but this is what it looks like. Not very much text, which is a shame for all the work that he did. And then here's the listing of the commissioners that we went all the way back to 1849. So this was quite an undertaking. So Stephen, you want to tell them just a little bit about what you did in the minutes room?
Sure. In the minutes room, the main thing I did was scanning through all the old records books and finding the names of the commissioners. As you went through it, names would disappear, and after a while you assume that means they'd retired or died. Sometimes they'd mention it by name, but other times it wouldn't. And so you'd follow that trail all the way through. And as you got further back, obviously there's like a lot less information the more you go back. And once you get out of like into the 1800s without typewriting as well, you have to start learning their handwriting by hand.
Yeah.
And that could vary a lot depending on who was actually writing it. So
It was quite the process. So
Yes.
anyway, so Stephen, the commissioners do have a presentation for you.
Well, first of all, did I hear that correctly? About over 100 hours?
Yes, ma'am, over 100
Wow.
hours.
Thank you so much for all your time and effort. This is fascinating. I can only imagine what interesting stuff you came across.
There was something about
There
a
have been a few
cow.
colorful characters in the past.
Yeah, that's
Now,
Anyway,
you're going to the University of Mobile, correct?
yes, sir.
And when do you graduate?
May of next year.
Okay, you're gonna be looking for a job,
and what is your major?
history.
That makes sense. Okay. Well, this is fascinating. I'll have to look through it. It's quite a. I mean, since the 1800s, we've had quite a few commissioners here, but and then there's you've got notable things about each one
Yeah.
if they happen to be elected mayor or something else. Very good. Thank you again. Great project.
very good
I
project.
can't wait to go through and just really, because I'm looking now, like the John Archer building and
Mhm.
the Bay Hayes building and Coy Smith Highway and read about these guys and that's really what I wanted to know when I asked for this is, who the county commissioners were, because I couldn't find it anywhere, searching, and I think this will not only be good for us, but also for the public to know, particularly people like myself who are interested in history, not as deeply as you are, I'm sure, but to go back and look and see who served in Mobile County and what they contributed to our community to get us to where we're at
Right.
today.
They helped build Mobile County. All of these people. All right. Stay up there. We've got a certificate.
I'll back up and back them up. Oh,
And this is a certificate of award, and it's presented to Stephen Davis, and he has earned a special recognition and hereby granted this certificate from the Mobile County Commission for his history internship and research efforts for the Mobile County Commission, and it's signed by all three commissioners. And we'd like to present this to you and also thank you for your hard work on this history project. Thank you, Stephen.
thanks, Steve. I appreciate it. It was great working with you. And I do have a little bit more to share before I sit down. We just concluded, April was National County Government Month, and I know you guys saw that we had a lot of activities and events, and so I wanted to make sure to call a few things to your attention. First of all, I would like to thank Dina and Dina Pollard in Public Affairs and our contractors with Content Fresh, who are Deb Salisbury and Amber Jones, for helping us build out a lot of these activities, events, and especially the social media presence that we were able to generate. Some of the actual events were an art contest, and we had about 20 entries, which was really good. I'm glad we extended the deadline because some of them snuck right in, but they got in. We had an event at the Mobile County Recycling Center. It was a celebratory event, and the county gave away 100 t-shirts and 100 Gerber daisies supplied by Mary G. Montgomery High School. They had multiple environmental organizations there signing up volunteers and giving out information. I think there were 8 or 9. And there was a shred event. We collected over 3,000 pounds of material to shred. There was also an electronics recycling event, so that day was very active at the recycling center. That afternoon, that was Earth Day. On the evening of Earth Day, there was a Love Your Community event at Japanese Gardens, and it was more than 100 people attended, and it was a great family event. It was really a lot of kids running around. It was so much fun. And then, of course, we had a lot of action on socials, and I'm not going to go through all of the details, but we posted every day. Sorry, Commissioner, I should have warned you. I was showing something. So we posted every day about facts related to Mobile County, National Work Zone Safety Awareness Week, National Community Development Week, things about the shelter, things about the commission, things about engineering and public works and roads and bridges, and just a lot of different factual information that we sprinkled throughout the month. I think our peak, we had 6 posts in one day. One of the good things that came out of this is some of the questions that people were asking related to these posts. It gave us ideas for future stories and future things to do for the website. So that was a good thing that came out of it. And I wanted to share this slide in particular. So we had, and this is just on the Mobile County. This doesn't include the parks and everything else, but we had 16,000 clicks. We did 434 posts, which some of those is the same post, but it went over 5 platforms. And we had 1,281 shares and 1,941 likes and lots of comments. So, and good questions. So I was real proud of that. But just for last little bit of information on this, we went up 600 followers on Mobile County's main assets just in the month. And we generated almost 300,000 impressions just on Mobile County assets in the month. So that was very exciting for me. And I'm nerdy like that. I did want to also mention, the acquisition of Cedar Point Pier and the Cedar Point Pier Facebook page, which gets a lot of action on its own. So just through the parks and mostly Cedar Point, that was almost 400,000 impressions in the month of April. That's in front of people seeing it, people clicking. There were 28,000 clicks on the Cedar Point Facebook page.
Wow.
About 15,000 of those were me. No, I'm just kidding.
So there was a lot of action, and I'm really proud, and there were a lot of people to thank for their efforts in helping make this successful, and not the least of which is you guys. So thank you.
Absolutely, thank you, and kudos to our communications department and the great job that especially that you did during county month, but all year long. And this is what we need to do, is to raise our profile, to let people know all of the great things that are happening in Mobile County and all the work that's done, because I think oftentimes people they're just not aware of what's going on, and I think raising that awareness really helps people to understand the importance of what the Mobile County Commission does and what all of our people are involved with in serving the community. So thank you. Do we have any other speakers? Okay, no more. Eddie, I think it's your turn.
Number 1, approve minutes of the regular meeting of April 21st, excuse me. Number 2, approve list of claims. Number 3, approve application for special events retail alcohol license submitted by Eminence Promotions for Southeastern Combat Championship 7701 Hit Road, Mobile, Alabama. Number 4, we're going to ask the commissioners to vote on approve loaner agreement with Navigation Electronics for one TDC 600 AT&T SIM for an unstated term at no cost to the county.
So moved.
Second.
Number 5, we'll also ask you to vote. Approve amendment of add-on number 1 on the May 26, 2020 agenda to increase the cost per camera from $12,105 to $12,925 each for up to 25 units.
So moved.
Second.
6, Approve easement agreement with Alabama Power Company to install underground service for renovation of property at 355 North Ann Street, Mobile, Alabama 36603, and authorize the president of the commission to execute the agreement. 7, approve resubmission of the application to fiscal year 2020 Economic Development Administration Public Works and Economic Adjustment Assistance Programs, including Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act funding from the Department of Commerce Economic Development Administration in an amount of up to $793,000 for the Franklin House project at 355 North Ann Street, Mobile, Alabama. Number 8, authorize advertising and receiving bids for roof maintenance or replacement for various county facilities. 9, approve appropriation contract with Rosa A. Lott Historic Preservation Society in the amount of $50,000 from District 1 funds for the Lott House Restoration Project. 10, approve appropriation contract with South Alabama Volunteer Lawyers Program in the amount of $5,000 from District 1 funds for general operating expenses. 11, approve annual performance evaluation rating for Glenn L. Hodge, County Administrator. 12, approve annual performance evaluation rating for W. Brian Kegley II, County Engineer. 13, approve annual performance evaluation rating for Richard Mitchell, Public Works Director, Chief Engineer of the Division of Public Roads.
You have a very long title. I was noticing that. It was a very long title.
And it had to be to comply with law.
14, approve appropriation contract with the Conservation Fund in the amount of $20,000 from District 1 funds for the preservation of Blakely Bluff property in Fort Blakeney.
Where is that located? Is that? Okay.
So this is located where?
I mean, I guess my question is that that's where I thought it was at, and I'm just curious as to, unless I mean, I know that Blakely Park is in Baldwin County, and I'm not sure.
I'm not familiar.
I hate to raise questions about Commissioner Ludgood's agenda item with her not here, but I do question why this is being spent in Baldwin County.
We will get that answer.
Thank you.
Okay.
15, approve professional services contract with Matthews Educational Consultant in the amount of $25,000 from District 1 funds for the development and pre-production of a dramatic musical. 16, authorize cooperative agreements with municipalities that wish to join the HUD entitlement Mobile Urban County and authorize the County Commission President to execute all documents. 17, authorize County Commission President to seek the renewal of the Urban County entitlement status with the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development. 18, authorize County Commission President to apply as an urban county for Community Development Block Grant Entitlement Programs, Home Investment Partnership Program, and other U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development grants. 19, authorize advertising and receiving bids for Chickasaw Park campground improvements. Number 20, consider taking the following action on bids, and we will ask that you vote at the conference this morning for the first item, which is to terminate bid 77-20 janitorial services for Government Plaza South Tower and Atrium with Spitzer Enterprises by mutual agreement effective May 31st, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
21, adopt sole source resolution approving the renewal of a software maintenance contract with Tracker Software Corporation for PubWorks in the amount of $22,934 for the Public Works Department.
Question. Under the, action on bids, there is another to award a bid for janitorial services to diversified maintenance. Do we need to take action on that today?
Mr. It won't take effect until after the other one terminates on May 31st.
Okay, but make it contingent, or should we just wait?
I think we voted on it Monday.
Oh,
It probably should say it would start on.
oh, I see. Okay, so we go ahead and terminate one today and approve the other Monday. Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, Eddie, go ahead.
Number 22, approve 36-month lease agreement with Sharp Electronics Corporation under the current state of Alabama contract for one Sharp copier in the amount of $134.94 per month for Camp 1 supply room, and one Sharp copier in the amount of $220.70 per month for grants department. Number 23 is an add-on. Approve application for retail, lounge retail liquor class 2 alcohol license submitted by Tredevi for West Mobile Liquor, 2502 Schillinger Road South, Suite 7, Mobile, Alabama 36695. And that is it.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Kegley.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Ask if you would, to consider taking the following action on the below agenda items. Item number 1, award the bid to C. Thornton Incorporated for our Sweetown Road Drainage Improvement and Resurfacing Project. Item 2, adopt a resolution consenting to the annexation of a portion of the following streets: Silver Pine Road and Stone Pine Drive South, and these are bounded by territories annexed by the city of Sims. Item 3, approve license agreement with Verizon Wireless for construction, maintenance, and operation of small wireless facilities in Mobile County rights-of-ways. Item 4, authorize acquisition of property and acceptance of right-of-way deeds listed below. Item 5, approve right-of-way and easement agreement for tracks 1 and 2 on one of our 2020 pay-as-you-go projects. Item 6, reject a waiver request and disapprove a preliminary and final plat of Michael Wayne Morris subdivision, and that is in District 3. Item 7, ask if you would, Commissioners, vote this morning. Approve preliminary plat only of Longmire Trail, 219 lot subdivision off of McFarland Road and Dawes Lane in Commission District 3. This is a private road subdivision, and the roads will not be accepted by Mobile County for maintenance.
So, as you remember last week, there were some concerned citizens that live in a subdivision close by there, and myself and Ricky and who else? Matthew and Neil went out, and I think there's still some concerns, but I think we explained to them the best we could, and I think they understand a little better now than they did last week when they were here for the meeting. So, you know, there's some things that are out of our control there, and you know, so, but I do appreciate carrying this over till today, and I know it's caused some inconvenience for the developer, but you know, we have to understand that sometimes people just need an explanation, and they want to be heard, and I think it went a long ways for us to go out and speak with them. And with that said, I so moved on the motion.
And I'll second that.
Okay, thank you, Commissioners. Item number 8, approve setting the following speed limits on Half Mile Road to 45 mile per hour from Lauradine Road to Bellagreth Road. Item 9, approve an agreement for relocation of utility facilities in conflict with Lemoyne Water System on, let's see, one of our Rebuild Alabama projects. Okay. Commissioners, item 10, we have been requested this morning to delete this item. We have been informed that Pritchard has performed this work already.
Okay.
Item number 11, approve final plat of Creekside Estates Phase 2 and accept the road rights of ways for maintenance. That would be Creekside Trail, Waterbridge Avenue, River Run Circle, and accept those roads for maintenance. And Commissioner, we have not received all of the final paperwork, so this, if we do not receive all of the necessary paperwork by Monday morning, we will be withdrawing this item from the agenda.
Is that the subdivision next to Boykin Park?
That is it, yes, sir. Okay, and that is it.
Ricky, I was under the impression there'd be an agenda item to finish that work at Dolphin Island.
We're moving forward.
Okay, thank you.
Since we all, it wasn't that much, so.
Okay.
We would normally do with any city.
All right, thank you.
Okay. So that it won't be required to have an agenda item, is that what you're saying?
No, ma'am, we have a normal agenda item at the beginning of the year to perform that
We'll
work.
cover that.
And if it's a large request, then I would bring it before the commission, let y'all know that a tremendous amount of work is being requested. But this was reduced down to a lot
Okay.
smaller amount, so it's something we can.
I knew we had an original agenda item, I just didn't know if we were gonna add. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Does anyone have anything else that didn't make it on the preliminary agenda? Commissioner?
Just clearing my throat. Not to say anything, just clearing it up.
Well, I did want to remind everybody that today is the National Day of Prayer, and you know, this is an annual acknowledgement where citizens all across America and communities get together, unify in prayer for our country and for their community and for leaders. And today, as we do every year, there will be a prayer service here at Government Plaza. I think it's on the front where it usually is every year. And so that will be at noon for those of you who'd like to stop in for a few minutes. I think there are quite a number of speakers. I don't know how long it may end up lasting. It looks like it could last a while, but you're welcome to stop in just for a few minutes and join the group if you feel so inclined. And so anyway, just wanted to mention that. And so if there's nothing else, then I think we will adjourn this meeting until Monday. Everybody have a great afternoon.